This is the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for January 16th, 2024. It's currently November 5th, 2023, 3:39 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading currently $434.69. And the shuffle file we're about to play for you was created on October 25th, 2023 at 8:47 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here in the corner. So the overall theme and behavior for the 16th, the death card is a tricky card sometimes when you see it in a theme card position. So it can indicate a significant decline, or it could indicate a significant bottom, or like the moment, the moment of a peak before a significant decline to a significant bottom even. That one's rare, but I've seen it happen. And it's a little tricky here on the 16th because when we look at the 1 month, we're kind of like lined up here. We're kind of lined up here with the Five of Swords even, which is all the way back here, and it's kind of like highest high thus far territory. We've got an indication of a highest high here. So I think we probably have sort of like a mixed day that ends up to the downside probably the following day. There's a cross-reading concurrency as well, so a lot of interesting things, but I think we probably have kind of like a mixed day and the start of a decline here on the 16th that takes us into a very significant low. I'm not sure if this is going to be a lowest low here on the 17th or what. But it will be a prominent low. I think the lowest low is probably already here. Like we already saw the lowest low probably all the way back on the 3rd or the 5th. Behavior around the highest high for the day. We have a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher. Behavior around the lowest low. We have an important resistance level that's highlighted that we've come up against many times before and failed to break through, although the low is nullified. The high and the low are within close time proximity to each other. And they both have correlations to the Lover's card, which was the low from the 12th. So it might be that we open lower on the 12th with like a notable move in the pre-market to back to a high. I'm not really advised with the trade card here to make any trades. There are some indications of trade opportunities, but not with the trade card. It's nullified, so it's probably indicating the following day there's a significant trade. Overall, it looks like mixed, and we're going to get into it in more detail, like the hour by hour chart behavior, and where I see the highs and the lows and the best trade opportunities. Right after I make sure everybody's aware of the whole purpose of the channel here, we're putting out all of this free content with the understanding that people utilizing this information for profit are going to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and they're donating 5% of all profits that they make from this information forward to one of these charities, effectively transmuting the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill, which is what this whole channel is about, guys. So if you're not into doing that, go somewhere else, or you can try and make money here, but the universe is not going to allow you to do so unless you follow this rule. That's like an unwritten rule by the universe between anybody utilizing this information for personal gain. So don't be the guy that needs to find out the hard way, you know? 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel here, one of these links. You can use Wise if you're international, or you can tip on YouTube as well. That leaves you at 90%, way more than a stock broker would leave you with. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel. Neglect to follow through on the rule of karma every time you profit from this information, and the universe is going to shut off the flow of abundance through this channel super fast, guys. Don't be that guy. All right, let's get into it. All right, so in the pre-market, we have a establishment of support and then a big move higher and establishment of support with sideways rotation at a higher price level. There are some cross-reading correlations with the Queen of Swords throughout the day, as well as the Prince of Discs. So we're kind of like in that territory when we look at the 1 month. The Queen of Swords, Prince of Discs, in that area pretty much. And like right at the open, after that rally in the pre-market, right at the open, we should see a near overbought peak that we sell off from pretty notably. It may be that we rally into a near overbought peak out of the open and then sell off, or it may be that we sell off pretty notably and then there's a rally out of that sell-off around the first half hour. It's hard to say, but there's going to be a lot of like kind of whipsaw action there. Between roughly 10 and 11, we have a fast sudden move higher standing out on a one-day chart, followed by a trade opportunity there, which I'll get into in more detail at the end of the video. We have sideways fluctuating decline between roughly 11 and 12, and that's off of a high. Sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a notable rally somewhere between the sideways fluctuating decline that takes place off of the high here between 11 and 12, somewhere between that and like 1 o'clock, we should have a near overbought peak that we sell off from pretty notably through multiple support levels on a one-day chart again, and then we'll do a little bit of retracement to the upside between 1 and 2 to meet a key trade opportunity again, or a key peak, and then we decline with a full retracement. Like we'll break through key resistance, we'll stay there briefly, and then we'll break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter with a full retracement, making like a capital A in the English language, with the price level being like the line that goes through the upside down V. So we may have another high for the day here where we attempt to establish support at a higher price level between roughly 2 and 3, and then in the last like off of that peak should be somewhere around 230, 245-ish, and I think it'll form when we have like this move higher through resistance. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter. Then we attempt to establish support that fails like off of the peak there around 245, 230, with a decline that increases with the momentum moving forward into the close. A failed attempt to break through key resistance at the close, followed by a decline through key support at the close, and a lot of price change covered in the pre-market or overnight. Ace of Swords means a lot of price change and probably some sort of whipsaw action, allowing to trade both directions at separate times. I am, however, advised here not to chase this decline into that goes into the close, not to chase that into tomorrow, because it looks like at the close there's going to be like a move back to the upside. I'm advised probably not to chase that because we do go lower the following day here. It's a pretty significant drop, and it has correlations here to the death card, and then we see the death card here with the universe card. So pretty significant drop is my sense. What I would probably do, so if I opened up a short position here at the end of the day in the midst of this move higher, and maybe a little bit more if we were at a high near the end of the day there on the 12th. So if we opened lower, or we end up lower here in the beginning of the day on the 16th, then I would close that short position. If we end up opening higher and then we decline and then we move back to a high that looks like an opportunity near where I purchased the same price, around the same price level where I purchased the push, I might add additional puts there. Like we could stay to the highs all the way into like the end of tomorrow, but I don't think we do, but it is possible based on what I'm seeing. So I would add to that short position, and then it's interesting, you might be able to close the short position here at the beginning of the day with a big drop that overnight, but then like there's this move higher that offers an opportunity to open up short position again. And I would probably open like a partial there because of this unicursal, which is a cross-read incongruency. It's here on the 12th, but it appears here on the 17th on the 1 day, and also that's right within all of the energies that are right here. Queen of Swords, Prince of Discs. You've got the at the end of the day on the 17th the Hangman card, so it's looking pretty. Look, we might progress sideways and then drop and then go back up and then drop, but by the point we get to this unicursal, I definitely want to be in a short position, and we'll talk about that in more detail in the reading for the 17th. That's SPY for the 16th of January 2024, my friends. Guys, it's over. I mean, it's November 5th. It's over 2 months, actually, that we're doing this prediction. So make sure to follow that rule of karma, guys. The universe is not messing around, right? We're doing this with the universe's help. The universe has its own intention, so we need to make sure we follow through for the universe and follow that rule of karma. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one.